Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Jenny with Just Jenny, and I thought for today's video, since we're creeping up on that time of year, I would talk to you about the do's and don'ts of wedding planning. As someone who has been through planning a wedding, I thought it would be fun to go down memory lane and share some of my tips and tricks with the do's and don'ts. Let me know in the comments below if this is something you guys would like to continue to see, and if all in all this is something you like, please hit that subscribe button so that you can be alerted when I post new videos. So let's get into it. Okay, the first do is if you're looking for things for planning your wedding, go to Home Goods. And I went today to go look for a couple things, and I found out that what they do, because I asked one of the associates, is they have Mother's Day and then dads and grads and then weddings. So they were just starting to get some of the wedding stuff in. So I would say closer to the end of May, beginning of June, within these kind of couple weeks here, that is the time to go. I got this sign that we had at our wedding, and then these are from Shutterfly for our 1-year anniversary. But I had that sign at our wedding, and they have a bunch of signs. They have signs that you can put in the ground with an arrow saying "this way to wedding," which I had that too, and just a couple things to have around. So that is a definite do. Go there and get that. The don't that goes with this one is to not buy things that aren't your vibe. I bought quite a few things that I didn't really need for the day. I overbought things because I was just so excited, but then I had a couple things where I was like, I really don't want to use that. It doesn't really go. So I would say just really go in with a critical eye, and if it's something that really doesn't work with your vibe and what you have going on, don't get it. You can always go back and find these things later if you really can't stop thinking about it, or find it on Etsy and support somebody who has a small business. So I would say don't go overboard just because you see wedding stuff. Be a little picky. It's okay. This is the time to be picky. All right, the second do is to have a planning binder. This saved my life. I swear to God, I still have it. And this is my wedding planning binder. I got it at Barnes & Noble. It says Our Wedding on the side, and it is so cute. It is by Mindy Weiss. It's the Wedding Planning and Organizer. And it's just got everything in here. It has if you have a short engagement or a long engagement, what your timeline looks like. It's got a spot for budgeting. It's got, questions to ask when you're looking at, venues and reception areas, where to put all the different dresses you try on, and to keep a vendor list of everything in here. You can write what you paid, what you haven't paid. I went through my timeline and I crossed off things I didn't need and things I did use. So I've got all my little check marks and things. So I would say that this saved my life. I loved it. And now the second don't is don't get too many things for people to sign. Again, this is something that I did, is I ordered a book off Shutterfly, and I got it, and then I was like, oh, I don't like it, so I ordered another book. So I have 2 books from Shutterfly. I brought one to the wedding, but I also got a jar with these little wooden hearts for everyone to sign. So I had 2 places for people to sign, which I don't know what I was thinking. I thought the jar would be so cute to have, but nobody signed the book. Like, I think 4 people signed the book, which is such a bummer, because you want to kind of think about what you're going to have after the wedding. What are you going to want to hold on to and carry with you throughout your life? And having that book being signed, or a sign on the wall or something, that makes more sense. I have a jar, and after I bought 2 of these I got from Home Goods, I had to go through them all because a lot of the kids loved it and thought it was so cool, so they signed a million of these little hearts. So I had to go through, and as much as I love them, a lot of them were, kids like, 11 and under at the time. So all the kids who were under, like in the lower, like 8 years and younger would scribble on it and sign and draw pictures and do stuff, and they were handing it to people and giving it around. So that's something to keep in mind if you're going to do something like this. I went to a wedding that was really cool where they had a tree painted with no leaves, and you did like a thumbprint with you know, whoever you were with. So Ben and I at this wedding we went to, we both did a thumbprint, and we did it so it was a little heart, and then we wrote Ben and Jenny Potter, and so that was really cute to have. So they have that, and but now I have to carry around a jar for the rest of our lives. So think ahead with the things that you're gonna get that you want to hold on to after the wedding. Think about, like, you know, if you're going to be moving, or who knows, like, I mean, eventually you want to buy a house or whatever if you don't already have one, or what you do, or if you want to move cross country, or if you're travelers, things like that. So that's something to really keep in mind. All right, the third do for weddings is when you try on your dress, sit down in it. I didn't do that, and I knew it, and I knew that little thing, and I still didn't do it. And as you can see, my dress is a kind of like a trumpet mermaid-ish style dress. So I didn't sit down in it, and it has buttons that go all the way up the back. I was cinched into this thing, and it was so tight, and I had Spanx on underneath. So at dinner, I was sitting like leaned back, like, okay, and like trying to sit at the edge of my seat so that I could have my legs kind of down. And it just, girls, sit down in your dress. See if you can sit down when you do your fittings. Sit down, just sit down in your dress and see, practice dancing in it, moving in it, how you feel. And that is definitely a big piece of advice I wish that I would have listened to when I was trying on dresses. So yes. The next don't, this is kind of a hard one. All of us as women, females, they, them, who are femme, who, or even guys, if you have something that you're insecure about on your wedding day, let it go. I know it's easier said than done, but this is your wedding day, and you want to let that shine through. You don't want to look back at your pictures and be like, God, I was so self-conscious. Look, I was trying to hide. I was trying to do this, trying to do that. You don't want that. I am very insecure about my weight, and especially my stomach area. It is not my favorite area, but I'm learning and growing and moving through that I'm beautiful and I am wonderfully made, and that's, you know what, that's just my body. But that was something I was very insecure about, and I decided, you know what, this is my wedding day, and I don't want to think like that. I don't want to think about the things I'm insecure about. I'm the bride. I'm getting married, and that's all that needs to be on my mind today. I don't need to worry about anybody else's shit. I don't need to worry about how people are perceiving me. I need to embrace this day. And the thing is there's a lot of pressure around the day. Don't add more to it. I let it go. I was like, forget about it. Don't worry about it. And everyone told me that day, you are glowing. You seriously, you are glowing like a bride. Like I've never seen a bride. I have never seen a bride glow like that. Well, of course it was highlighter, but also I really tried to let my inner light shine. I really tried to just be present in the love that Ben and I have for each other. And I really tried to just soak that in and radiate that energy. And I had the best day. And sometimes I'll look back on pictures and I go, no, stop, because you felt gorgeous that day, and you know you felt gorgeous that day, and I did. I felt so beautiful. I felt so loved, and I had all my friends and family there. I had people that cared about me, and I just was like, you know what? That's all that matters. So let that go. Okay, the next do is to meet with your vendors face to face. I know that right now at the time of filming this, it's COVID time. It's May 2021, so they're starting to lift the mask stuff here in California, but try to meet with your vendors face to face or FaceTime them. See how you vibe with them. See how you pick up on their energy. See if there's somebody that you're gonna want to work with. Because the thing is these are the people who are gonna be working the day of your wedding. I got an amazing wedding planner. I love her. I follow her still on Instagram, and I love seeing what she does. She is so great. And she has worked with multiple vendors who are in this area. So I asked her, who do you recommend? Who, do you work well with? And of course she gave me all her answers. She never said anything negative about anybody. She never tried to pressure me in one way or another, which is amazing. Her name is Alana. It's Perfect the Event. So if you're in the Southern California area, or she does Las Vegas weddings, I think too. She is amazing. So go to perfecttheevent.com. Alana is like my hero. She seriously saved the day. And so I would say to see if your vendors have worked together. Also, at your venue, depending on if they let you bring in outside vendors or not, see who has been there before. Like, okay, well, who do you recommend? Like, who do you work with? Who do you think works the best? And they'll name a couple, caterers, bartenders, DJs, different like rental companies, florists, things like that. They can recommend all of them because it's like, okay, now they've worked here, they know my planner, they know each other, they work well together, they all know each other. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. So when you meet these vendors, see how you vibe with them and also how they vibe with each other. That is super important. So Alana said it's kind of like a reunion when everyone gets together at a wedding, and so it's just kind of exciting and good to know that your people work well together, and that way everything can go smoothly. Don't drink too much champagne when you're getting ready. Seriously. I didn't do this the day of, but here's the thing. Don't drink too much champagne and have something to eat. Seriously, eat a really good breakfast. You're gonna be so nervous that you may feel like you can't eat, but you have to. One of my friends got married and we were literally forcing her to eat those like roll-up sandwiches, and we were like, you need to eat, like you're gonna pass out. Because here's the thing, is I had to be ready. I think we left at like 11:30 or noon to get down to the venue. To get in, we had to wait in line to get in and then come through. I had to take pictures with all my bridesmaids. I had to do a first look with my dad. You're not eating lunch. You're not eating until dinner is served. And I think dinner wasn't served until like 5:30, maybe even 6. No, it was 5:30. So you're not eating till 5:30 at night. And there's so much energy, you're doing so much, you don't want to pass out up there. Seriously. So we had, we kind of did like a hodgepodge, kind of like a bunch of like charcuterie snacks. So one of my friends, what we call it, an adult Lunchable, which actually is like my favorite thing. So one of my friends went and she picked up that stuff and brought that stuff. And so designate your bridesmaids to bring different food items, little sandwich roll-ups. You can get those from Costco. So people can kind of snack throughout the morning or afternoon. And then that way you at least have a really good base, and just try not to drink too much if you're not eating. I think we all know what happens when you drink too much and you don't eat. So don't make that happen. And then final, after those 4 do's and don'ts, the last do and don't listen to anybody else. Honestly, it's your day, it's your wedding. You're probably paying for it. Don't listen to anybody else. It's your day, your significant other's day. The two of you are coming together as one, and enjoy it. Don't go crazy trying to please everybody else, because in the end, you're gonna look back and be like, I didn't want to do that, but my mom or my mother-in-law wanted it, or my dad really wanted to have this, or my cousins wanted this, or my friends, or whatever. You don't want to look back and think that. You want to look back on your wedding and think like, wow, like it was a perfect day. It was everything I wanted. And there's some things you'll have to be kind of like, okay, I gotta let it go and just move on. And you'll do those things because in the long run, some things don't matter, but just do what makes you happy, and have the person marry you who you want to marry you, and have the friends up there that you want to have, and invite the people that you want to invite, and don't worry about anything else. And if anyone has anything to say, it's not their fucking wedding. Sorry, pardon my French. So I hope that you can take some of these tips and tricks and move forward with your wedding planning. And if you guys like this video, please let me know so I know I can make more, because I do have some more do's and don'ts, tips and tricks and different things. I can talk about maybe some DIY things I did for my wedding. Might be kind of fun to share. And I hope that you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment below letting me know what your takeaways were, or share some advice if there's anything that you found as a do or don't, or something you agree or disagree with what I said in this video. I would love to see what you guys have to say, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Be good to each other, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.